The next speaker, Paul Wellstone, works in a number of unconventional ways. And one of the ways that he got boosted up in the speaking order was that he is traveling with Todd Otis. So to make that accommodation, the candidate for U.S. Senate, the candidate that wants to defeat Rudy Boschwitz, the candidate that you heard before in this district a number of times, Paul Wellstone.
Thank you, Don. I'm proud to speak at this convention. The 8th is my second law. Leadership is not a weather vane. Leadership is not just looking at the polls. And leadership is certainly not appealing to the fears and frustrations of people. Leadership is inspiring people to be their own best selves, and that is why I'm running for the United States Senate. My mother, Minnie Wellstone, is 88 years old. She has Parkinson's disease. She has Alzheimer's disease. She was a cafeteria worker. She never made much money. She's in a nursing home. All of her resources will have to be depleted before my mother becomes eligible for any assistance. There's no dignity to such a system. We can do much better than that. And with your help, I'll defeat Rudy Boschwitz and I'll lead the fight for national health insurance in our country. Affordable, decent care for all the people. My politics is rooted in people. So many strikes defeated, so many unions busted, wages depressed. I know what's happened because I've been there with people. And with your help, I'll defeat Rudy Boschwitz, and I'll lead the fight in the Senate with medicine law for legislation which will ban employers from hiring permanent replacements during strikes. It's not the government, not unions, not corporations. I am a teacher. I believe education is the foundation of opportunity in our country. But if an expectant mother does not have an adequate diet, then her child-to-be won't have that chance. And if we don't support children when they're very young with a supportive environment, they won't have that chance. 1/2 of all children in our country today of color are poor. 1/4 of all the children in our country today are poor. We can do much better than that. And with your help and your support, I'll defeat Rudy Boschwitz and I'll lead the fight in the United States Senate, not for my children, not for your children, but for all the children. That's what politics is all about, is children and God. Rudy Boschwitz and Bush say that we don't have the money for education and health care. If we've got $500 million to bail out the S&Ls, we have the money to lift 12 million children out of poverty. And I've got news for Rudy Boschwitz. Real national security is not MX. The real that we can't defeat Rudy Boschwitz. I don't want to hear that. That's not why I'm in this election. I'm in this election to win. Don't tell me we can't beat Boschwitz. Mandela has walked out of jail in South Africa, and he's now at the negotiating table. The Berlin Wall has come toppling down. And in my father's native country, the Soviet Union, there's Gorbachev and free elections, and solidarity was crushed, and then rose up to take control of the government. And Václav Havel, a playwright, was in prison 1 year ago, and now he's president of Czechoslovakia. If all that can happen in the world, we can beat Boschwitz in November of 1990. There are a few people, and only a few people, very few, who say that Paul Wellstone is too liberal. My response was Hubert Humphrey too liberal? Because that's exactly what they said about Hubert Humphrey when he first started out. We can't win with a sit-on-the-fence politics. We can't win except with conviction. We can't win unless we connect politics to people's lives. We can't win unless people believe in us.